And now let's preview the ECB. Usually the ECB would be the main event on the agenda. It's still a critical event for euro-dollar, but as aforementioned, it's super duper Thursday with 3 big events. So Mario Draghi will face the press. In general, the background for this is that things have improved in the Eurozone. Growth is strong at 0.5 quarter over quarter. That's 2% year over year. Annualized if you compare it to the United States. Only 1.2. After inflation reached the highest level since 2013, 1.2 core inflation, it fell back to 0.9, a bit of a setback. So in any case, we're not expecting any change in interest rates or the QE program. No policy decisions right now. The QE program, the bond buying program, the ECB buys 60 billion euros worth of bonds every month. It's expected to run through until the end of 2017. So there's still time to think and announce new programs. What's interesting is now we get new forecasts. So the ECB will have updated figures from its own staff to make maybe not new decisions, but to hint about new decisions and to give us a fresh assessment. Assessment is the key here. We're expecting, according to some leaks that we already know, that the ECB will change its stance, its assessment from risks tilted to the downside to a more balanced approach, acknowledging the improvement in growth. Okay, this could set the stage, could be a pre-commitment or pre-announcement for announcing a tapering program in September, the beginning of the end of QE. Another thing we should watch out for is new forecasts, an upgrade or a downgrade. Okay, so we have growth figures, inflation figures. Every 3 months, the ECB publishes new forecasts. I don't think they'll move too much. And of course, what's Draghi's tone? Is he leaning more to the upside, that means growth, or to the downside, still worries about inflation? And of course, reporters always like to ask if the decision was unanimous. So if Draghi is a bit more dovish, I assume that some of his German members, German colleagues there in the governing council will tell us that, will probably be a bit more hawkish, and he'll tell us that there was a wide margin, wide support, but not a unanimous decision. Okay, what can we expect for euro-dollar? If we're seeing changes in risks to balanced, or any kind of change in the wording to a bit more optimistic, that's basically priced in. So we could see even a buy the rumor, sell the fact. Okay, a small drop in the euro, but it could also serve as a buy the dip opportunity, because the general trend in euro-dollar remains to the upside. Okay, we've seen that since the beginning of the year. We're some 950 pips above the lows of the year seen at the very beginning of the year, the first full trading day of the year. The trend is clear to the upside. Eurozone is doing better in 2017 than the US. Political risk looks worse in the US than in the Eurozone after the French elections and with Trump's troubles. So the trend remains to the upside. So if we have a buy the rumor, sell the fact, if we say, okay, we already knew that they would remove the risks, the balanced risks, we could see the euro drop. That could serve as a buy opportunity, but the trend remains to the upside. Okay. The other scenarios is if they don't change the wording, it would be a disappointment. If it's more of the same, risks are still tilted to the downside, then we could see the euro fall, because it would be disappointment, falling short of expectations. If we have a direct talk about tapering QE, I don't expect that, because Draghi will probably want to keep the cards close to his chest. Then the euro could jump. These 2 scenarios here are the more extreme ones that I don't expect. This is the basic one, changing risks to balanced. Okay.